welcome to the 2021 St Albans Alban Property Meetup. I'm Chris Ryder, and we've got a really good lineup tonight. So I'm just going to run through my the agenda for tonight. So as always, Sam will give us a lending update after my short introduction. We've then got Christine Janaway talking, who's very, very knowledgeable. Leases, we all end up with leases some way or another, both commercial and residential. And there's a lot of value you can add just through changing of leases and negotiating correctly, and just having the right knowledge. And Christine's really, really knowledgeable in this area. Then I just do a review and close at the end. For those who've missed previous recordings, we've got a list here of previous guest presenters, and I've really been so pleased with every single person we've had. I think there's a lot of value in the people we've had on, and a lot of great knowledge sharing. So I would encourage you to. Can
I just speak? Can everyone just mute themselves because there's a lot of background noise there. Thank
you, Lisa. My glamorous assistant steps in, which is just at the right time, which is very good, Lisa. Thank you. So we've had some really, really top-notch presenters. So there's really good value there in reviewing the YouTube videos. Just a few bits on housekeeping. Just to remind you that the event is recorded, and if you can, keep muted. And obviously, it's really good to be interactive, and please ask questions as we go along. If you can keep your video on, it's lovely to see people, particularly in these sort of times of COVID, etc. Wherever you are in the world, keep your video on. That's marvellous. So if you've got questions and you don't actually want to ask them, you can put them in the chat box, and Lisa usually picks up on these and helps along. And there's no individual advice, so this is all of the general advice, and there are professionals who can give you the advice that you need if it's very specific is what you want. In terms of the objective for the meeting, is to provide us all with who attend the normal physical meeting in St Albans, provide all of us with information and a voice during lockdown. Also, it's been fantastic getting an update on the changes and the opportunities that are impacting the property market. And crikey, if you think of the last 18 months, what a roller coaster ride it's been. So not only from the lending side, which Sam will talk about, but just also with property prices and the strength and growth of the property prices. It's been not what I expected, I've got to be honest. And it still seems to be steaming ahead, although the stamp duty holiday ended yesterday, or changed significantly yesterday. We've also had some fantastic learning from industry experts and commentators, and just discussion between ourselves, really. So that's been fantastic. And also the idea is to increase your knowledge. I try and increase my knowledge every day to make my investing more successful. In terms of connecting with us, we do have a Facebook group, as you'd expect. We've got the YouTube channel, which I've already spoken about. The most active and really valuable knowledge sharing, and we've got some fantastic people on the WhatsApp group. That's the best way to get questions answered, and to just interact with people in the group. So the meetup, the WhatsApp group is really, really good. Just quickly what Lisa and I do, we've got a sort of fairly broad portfolio of buy-to-let HMOs and service accommodation. And Lisa also runs our service accommodation business, which is called Service Short Stays, and that's going from strength to strength, really, partly sort of helped by a bit of my software background. Yeah, that's doing really well. And Sue, you gave me a contact in Hythe and Herne Bay rather, and I met with Tracy, and she's very interested in doing some business with us. So that's all really good. The Service Short Stays is growing well, and Brookdale Land, which is what I spend my time on, which is developing property and land. We are looking for land and development opportunities, and are doing some really interesting stuff at the moment, and also taking advantage of new permitted development rights.